and the faces are also flip-flopped. Same with the icosahedron and dodecahedron. They're flip-flopped too, where it's the dodecahedron is 12 faces, 20 points, and 30 sides, and the icosahedron is 20 points and 12 faces and 30 sides. I don't have those models, a little bit more complex to make. I could make them, they're just time consuming. If you go on to Wikipedia and type Platonic solids, you can see them. So we're going to talk about taking this concept and understanding it a little bit more in terms of making these vortexes. So each sphere has a connection going to one. Oop, there we go, a little up higher. And each connection is a vector flow from one sphere to the next. It's information being communicated from one thought, one holon, to the next. Now, what's cool about the octahedron is how the information flows within it. So I have little marks on this, I doubt you can see it, but what this vector going from this one to this one, and there's a vector going from this one to this one, and a vector going from this one to this one. You're getting a triangle, also known as the triad. Well, what's interesting is you're getting, which thus creates a vortex within this. So you get flow going clockwise for you guys, and it's borders 3 other faces. Well, what's interesting is the 3 other faces borders, if you lay this out, so if this one's going this way, then this one is going that way. So you have, on the total of 8 faces, you have 4 vortices rotating one direction, clockwise, and 4 vortices rotating counterclockwise. And because its neighbors are rotating the opposite direction, they all work together. They all amplify the energy within the system. So to give you an example, you had a crank, and you had to crank this one gear. You have to put this much effort to crank it. But now if you have other people cranking other gears, so each gear has its own person cranking it, and you have to crank this much, but this much energy into it. And now you have someone helping you. You're like, I got someone helping me. We're working together. And then you add another one, and you start working together. It makes the job easier. Or the other way to think is it increases the energy within the system. If you all can keep cranking the same speed, now because you're helping each other, it's got add energy to the system. And this is sort of the fundamental concept that we're working with in terms of getting free energy. We need to reach you could say, a crucial point where the output energy is positive. We can overcome things like friction. So you can do this with a lot of the models. What's cool about this guy right here, this is also represents the triad. Triad is a really important concept we're probably going to talk about. We're talking about it right now, so yes, we're talking about the triad. The cube, the octahedron, and the tetrahedron all relate to the triad. And this one is a little different in terms of visualizing, because it doesn't relate to the faces, it relates more to the spheres. Because each sphere is a vortice, but the connections create. But let's simplify this. Let's just imagine this a triangle. It's not imagining it as a tetrahedron, just a triangle. If you have 3 spheres, actually, notebook time. I'm gonna do a notebook. All right. So we got a triangle here. Okay, here's my drawing. So we have a triangle, which is really 3 spheres together. And let's say these 3 spheres, or vortices, rotating all in the same direction. So I'll draw a little. Okay, they're all rotating in the same direction. Now what happens is you got a little sphere in the center, which is rotating the opposite direction. See that little guy? You got a little sphere in there? Okay. Well, it might seem like it's a really little vortice compared to the rest, but no, they're actually merging together like I showed you with my fingers merging together. So what happens, center point, okay, that middle sphere is actually a lot bigger. It's able to expand to the center points of each other vortice. So let me get back to this. So what this guy is, that is the concept of what I just showed you, except these three spheres on the bottom are rotating one direction, while the top one is rotating the opposite direction. And basically that means the energy is basically being brought into creation, 0 point, and that all these shapes access the vacuum of space. They take the energy and sort of materialize it. And that's what we need to do, is we need to create these geometrical shapes to pull energy out of the space. However, this is one concept. Actually, no, because I have a couple concepts that also relate to geometry. There's one concept that's going to be directly related to geometry, as you'll be able to see. And I'll show you very soon in one of these videos. So I think that's good for now. I threw out a lot of thoughts, got you maybe thinking. And I'll probably come back and talk a little bit about some more geometry. So thank you, adios, and have a good day.